To the Bordas and Bordas Hotline, Bob Pompeani with you tonight on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. It's 412-575-2600. You can tweet me at KDPomp, as Corey Welsh and others have done. Corey says Tomlin kept Ben out of the game because he thought Dobbs could maintain and win against a bad Oakland team. He was wrong and he paid the price. If that was the case, that would be one of the more ludicrous decisions I've heard. If you're on the road and you need the win, and you're only up 4, and you decide to play a backup who hasn't played since his one throw how many weeks ago, that would be a bad decision. And I don't know. I haven't heard all the ins and outs of this. And again, until you do, I don't know what kind of observation you can make, other than I thought he should have been in. If he was in the game at the end, then probably could have played earlier. You don't want to leave opportunities out there. All right, let's go out to Alex in Pittsburgh. Hey, Alex, how are you?
Hello, Bob. Take care of that voice, my friend.
I'm trying. That's why I'm not getting as energized as I normally do. Just keep it low so it doesn't get scratchy. But go ahead. Thank you.
I don't want to talk about the game itself today. You kind of covered all that. I wanted to talk about Coach Tomlin and maybe making some changes down the road and what it's going to take to come to that point. I'm not someone who's wanted to jump all over the coaches he's got here. You need an ample opportunity to make your mark, and he's had that. He brings lots of positives to the table. There's no question, but in my view, he's kind of spent them all, and I'm going to tell you why. And essentially, you hear frequently from analysts and fans about us consistently being flat, having no urgency, being disorganized, or always playing down to the competition. And that's something that's evolved over a decade, and it's sort of almost one of the calling cards from what I've seen of the Tomlin teams. And I don't know who else to blame for that. I can't pick someone on the roster out to blame for that. They've changed that roster over many times in 10 years. But that's of his teams. He doesn't seem to evaluate talent well in a specialty area. He came from a secondary coach, and I don't really think of the people he's brought in as being winners. I can't name them all now, but the Joe Burnett's and the Cortez Allens and now
there have been a lot. I tell you what, as a group, that organization has not evaluated defensive backs the way they have wide receivers, for example. So, Alex, you're gone. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't know what happened there, but we have to get a lot of calls in, so we'll do that. Charlene in Heidelberg. Hey, Charlene, how are you?
I'm good, Bob. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Just a comment on the very first thing when I saw Ben put his helmet on was, why in the world did you wait so long? Well, I know you addressed that. And at some point, we have to start blaming the coach.
Well, I don't think there's any question. He's the man in charge, and he should take the blame for this kind of stuff. But it goes, like I said, people want to look at defense. I look at it, and I think from an overview, it's schematic, but it's also personnel. It's a combination. I think if you had to look back at this season, they never adequately came into the year with time now, knowing that Ryan Shazier was not going to be a part of their team. They didn't adequately fill that spot, and that's come back to haunt them at times. And also Le'Veon Bell, they miscalculated or underestimated his desire not to play. I think they were – he even led them on that he would be playing, and he didn't play. So that was a waste of everything there. And I think all of this combined has come back to haunt them. Dave on line 3. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Bob. You sound a lot better than the other day.
It's getting better, slowly but surely.
You're getting there. Hey, you know what? It's probably your right time for a staff change. And they haven't lost 3 in a row since November 16. They lost 4 in a row. And you know what? They're getting easier to take now. It's hard to believe. Us diehard Steeler fans, we're fed up. We're sick of it. But you know what, Bob? I think you're right. It's time to make some changes. Look at Mike McCarthy, the Packers. They just chopped his head off.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was the wrong way to do it, I think. Number one.
We know that.
Number one, I think there's still 3 games left. Let's see how this plays out. Just as I don't think after the Steelers won 6 in a row, anyone thought they'd lose potentially 4 in a row as they have and the way they have. So I think give it time. We'll see and make evaluations at the end. But right now, there's a lot wrong with this team. And I'd also have to look internally at leadership among players because I always hear players talk about in good, great years, whatever, players hold each other accountable. Well, they need to start doing that on some of these situations. We're going to take a break, come back with more right here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 25 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800 new roof.